right. It's the first time, right? Let's see here. Move around my window and shit. All right. Cool. All right, so the purpose of this is for me to become a better trader and to watch myself trade. Now, if anyone else wants to watch this, I think that that's extremely dope. I hope you learned something from it, either what to do, what not to do. But this is personally for me and my journey. So I just want to start off with that. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna be trading an account. Right now I'm trading demo. Yeah, right now I'm trading demo. But I do in fact have a evaluation, a 300K evaluation. And so, this week got some crazy news. This week full of a bunch of wild news. So I don't exactly want to trade that, but I will be trading nonetheless. Yeah, let me actually see if I can pull up something. Yo, it's weird. It's like I'm streaming to nobody. I'm talking to myself. It's crazy. Is what it is. All right. What was I trying to pull up? I'm trying to pull up the economic calendar and events and all that good shit. Let's see here. I'm editing this shit on the fly. I got 3 minutes to open. Yeah. Look. See, now I'm worried about the stream instead of trading. And that's not right. Let's see if I can switch it real quick, though. That is not what I wanted to do. Fuck it. Figure it out next time. But basically, this week is crazy. We have NFP, FOMC, bunch of economic calendar events, and wild ass earnings like most of the S&P 500. So, didn't want to trade actively. Didn't want to start off a 300K evaluation like that. I'm on a medicine ball. Didn't want to start a 300K evaluation like that. So that's why I'm demo trading. Plus, it's my first time Twitch streaming. It's just a lot of wild shit, volatility, change, and I didn't want to start off the account like that. I wanted to at least get comfortable trading on camera and shit like that before I did all of that. But yeah, you can see down here, it's 300K. Got some equity. That don't mean shit. It's just a 300K paper trade account. So yeah, I'm looking for my setup here. I think I want to get long on the day after my weekly analysis. Just hopping out to the let's close this shit. Hopping out to the monthly. I see kind of like a bearish OTE setting up, especially if you look at this on like the 2 month. Fuck, it's not here. But if you drag this out and look at it on the 2 month, it's looking like we're pretty much respecting that zone. And this is the last 2 days of this 2 month candle. But we do have some monthly imbalance below that could serve bullish. I'm really looking for price to dip into this zone. I don't want to, it's like support, but I definitely want to see price dip into this, trade through it, and potentially make a wick. That's how I would know that, okay, it's time to get bullish. We could even pull back down here. I don't think that that's not what I'm thinking is gonna happen. That's not my first mind. But yeah, this 50% line, what we got? We're about to open, so let me just be cool. And as soon as I open, as I recently just learned, I'm gonna switch to RTH so we can see if we have a gap. Yes, we have a massive gap. Fuck. So, what I think we could see, what I want to see is price trade lower, bounce off of these zones, maybe not, maybe trade all the way down to the opening gap week low, maybe not through here, and then bounce. So something like this. What the fuck is it? Something like this. We'll retrade down through here, and bounce up to fill this daily gap. My lines are faint. Whoa. How about this? Something like this. Where yeah, we go down here and then we bounce up through here and clear all of these levels. That would require that we clear these levels first, which would make me bullish, meaning we grabbed sell side, took out some sell stops, big money got their long positions, and then we reversed and rallied through here. So I kind of want to see new week opening gap hold. Zooming out in general, I'm still bearish on the weekly. I just think that we've been dropping. So it's about time for a pullback. And we have an imbalance above, so we're gonna probably close above here at some point. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I want to see. But yeah, really goes back to the goal of this. The goal of streaming, the goal of all of this is for me to see how I trade outside of my head. You know, I got funded. I blew an account. I done been through the cycle, but this is, it's like an attempt for me to have accountability. So like if I see myself doing wild shit on camera, I can't do that no more. I can't just keep doing that because it's recorded, it's out there, it's in the world. So yeah, so if anybody want to rock with this journey, shit, I'll fuck with you. But yeah, I can see we dipped down and grabbed London. We may not even go lower than that. I still think there's a strong chance we will. We bounced right at London. Let me pull this all the way back. So we took out London. Did we run straight away to take out New York? And usually I don't even trade Monday. I just really watch price just to get a feel for what it's doing. This gap is a new week opening gap created on Sunday. Oh yeah, and I'm not a financial advisor, teacher, none of that shit. This is just me doing this shit for me on video. Yeah, we could see some indecision, some chop. We're technically still within this range from Friday. Even in the overnight, we didn't really leave that range from Friday. Yeah, so we just took out in regular trade hours. this high from Friday lunch. As well as this overnight high. So my thing is, if we sweep this too, we could just start to run and leave this gap open for later. In which case, I would have to shift up my long entry bias, but I'm still thinking that we could come down and touch one of these, either here or here, to get long. If you hear that in the background, that's my son. He going wild. Okay, so we didn't take any of these. We took low first. Still leaves me, bullish. We did create. This is a 1 minute fair value gap. I just think, because we have this large opening range gap, that we're gonna have to trade down into this. And I could see myself getting long potentially at the midway point back up, or we could fill the whole gap, in which case I'll probably get long here. This is my first idea. Now, if that doesn't pan out, I'm willing to take potentially the inversion of this 5 minute bearish rejection block. But to be honest, I see us coming back down here before we go higher. So this might just be short term, easy liquidity raids. By price, by the algo, whatever you want to call it. Because although we started off and dipped into this gap and did take London low, we still have this PM session low underneath it. And we could potentially trade all the way back down to here before we bounce and go. Or we could just bounce and go. I would prefer to see price come back. So we took this as well. It's jumping out to electronic trade. Could have got long here. I think that's risky though, because we definitely didn't know about this gap. Like, there's no way for us to have seen this. Damn, it stretched my shit out all the way, huh? Whatever. But yeah, we definitely ran through here. So in fact, this 5 minute rejection block has not been traded into. So technically it is valid. I know I do want to see price come down here so I can get long, but it is technically valid to see a reject here. I just don't think I want to take it because we got this this daily gap right here that I know price gotta trade up through to fill. So probably see a rejection off this blue. But yeah, I'm looking for this easy long down here. Oh yeah, and I'll probably take it in the NQs because this is a 300K. We don't gotta look at that right now. Okay, so we took all the lows that we drew. I mean, we 1% up on the day. Usually, if I see something like that, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a bullish day. Meaning, I mean, is it reasonable to say that we're gonna come back down a whole percent? I don't think so. So, I probably want to shift my bias up to this midline and say, hey, we're gonna bounce off new week opening gap high and keep this gap open. Unless we start coming down with the velocity, with some viciousness. I don't see it. Oh, shit. Then I got my first chat message and it's some spam. That's some shit. Some fake promo shit. Yeah. But we're digging into this 5 minute rejection block from Thursday. It's not even from Friday. But it lines up exactly with that daily gap. So it could hold and reject price one time, but I don't think that's really what it's gonna do because higher time frame is showing that there's a gap right over that block. So I'm thinking price is gonna have to basically close on this side of this gap, which would mean that it gets inverted. So that. I probably want to sell my order like here, something like that, 13, 15, or 315. Or it just gets inverted straight away. Which, I mean, off to the races. I mean, Monday is usually like a Judas swing. So I mean, not in all cases, but usually something like that. So I would want to see price close up here. I just think, damn, it's running away so fast that like either we waiting for an entry that we're not gonna get in that first dip, that was it. In which case, just looking at these gaps left by price, we would want to use to get long. There's at least two of them. So at some point, usually around 10 a.m., we want to see price come back down. And so depending on what happens with these gaps, we might get long off this last gap here. But I just think because we have this new week opening gap that we're probably going to trade back into it. I don't know. I can't say for sure. But yeah, usually the way I would play these rejection blocks is I wait for price to trade back up into the 50% mark, and I would take a short at the 50% mark, the 20-point stop, something like this. I'm just looking for 50 points. Now that could still be a valid trade. I just, again, looking at this gap, that's usually not what I see there. And yep, I would have probably got stopped out. If I had taken something like this. Shit would have ran against me instantly. Spread might have taken me out. Yep. I think I didn't. And so this, if we close above it on the 5 minute, looks like it's getting inverted. So I'll play that like this. My thing is it could hold though, because we have not closed yet. It could have just stopped me out, went extra crazy with morning volatility, and help. A hold would be if we close inside of this blue box and then continue to trade lower, then the rejection block rejected price, and that's what it is. Damn, are y'all even seeing this properly? I don't know if this shit is updated. Window look froze and everything. Let's see. Yo, have I been talking this whole time? That'd be crazy. I very well could have been. Hold on. Fuck, y'all probably haven't seen shit. That's crazy. Well, first time for everything is the name. Glad I ain't got no followers, no watchers right now. Anyway, still haven't taken a trade. Still just watching. Could be a runaway day. We definitely closed outside on the 5 minute, meaning this is probably getting inverted unless I see basically a fat ass candle come all the way back down here or below. So something to the nature of a bearish order block get formed. But yeah, looking like runaway. Do I chase that? Yo, if y'all weren't here, I probably would. But I would then want to see something to the effect of getting long here. If we see a second candle close outside of here, I would then want to see another candle come back in and I could get long the other way, treating it like it's a bullish rejection block to then take my quick 50 pointer. But still nothing right now. Still not there. And we're not at 10 o'clock yet. See, but on second thought, and this is why I love this so far, because if I say that shit out loud, I see there's these two imbalances beneath, and I wouldn't want to, I honestly wouldn't want to get super long right here. That would be eager, because price could definitely just zoop, dip back in to one of these 5 minutes. So again, patience. And it's looking like this might not have even inverted the way price is trading back in. If we make something to the effect of an engulfing, something like that, that would definitely be the... In fact, let me be more patient and not turn this. Oh, I got two of them. Let me not say that it's fully formed yet, because I can't say that. Let's look at like the hourly. So yeah, we just came up. We still got this fat ass opening gap. If we switch to regular, still got this fat ass opening gap that we haven't touched, and we probably want to see price come back in and touch, I would say, the lows here. Let's see what a short look like. Our 50% mark right here. That'll be something to the effect of something like that. And here's the thing, I'm only looking for 50 points. So really just want to be patient and see the easiest way for me to get them 50 points. It could be taking a bounce off of one of these fair value gaps. My net bullet bias is long, so I don't want to even though I love taking the short rejection blocks, like you can see here, um, my net bias is long, so I don't really want to go against that just like so soon. Um, I just see that, this is kind of holding. Yeah. Am I still live? I'm not really a Twitcher, y'all. Forgive me. Check and see if my shit is live. So enough. That's me looking at my phone. That's dope. Alright. Oh man, this shit could be boring, huh? I ain't even playing no music, no nothing. Yeah, we're still in this 5 minute. We technically just rejected off of this daily gap. This shit forming all the gaps. Let me look. Yeah, fat ass 15-minute gap so far. Another 5 minute gap. Another 5 minute gap. Just all of this is volume imbalance that we definitely want to see price probably come back down and revisit one of these zones. This in and of itself looks like a 5 minute rejection block. We traded back into this gap over here. Look like we're rejecting off it. That's a fat ass gap. Even if I just look at the pure like no price traded through it gap, not from high to high. Even that is exactly where we banked off of. Damn, my gaps don't got the midline. Right, looking like price is actually rejecting that or just having difficulty breaking through. So we have to come back, maybe balance something down here and then go. I don't know. Yeah, because we're 1.3% up on the day. Everything else jumping. Again, we left pretty fat ass gaps on most things. Tesla down. We got so far out here trading more than Tesla. That's crazy. Yeah, it's a weird day. It's a weird week. I'm glad I didn't start this 300K challenge like this. Yeah. Man. I gotta sit here. Yeah, we're gonna want to see this high get taken out. We got Tesla out here dipping. It's usually one of the most traded stocks. We got AMD dipping, Intel dipping. Yeah. Yeah, plus this is around 10 o'clock, so I want to see this. Yep. Something like this. And now we're not necessarily trying to catch the bottom, but this is what I would love to see play out. A bounce down here. This, however, could, because we did take our London low with this, could be playing out like a rejection block, because I usually play those off of sessions, meaning I wait for a run on session liquidity level. That's what that is. Ran on London lows. Swing low, swing high formed, I'm assuming. Yeah, we would then draw the rejection block. In the bullish case, something like this. And we would place our entry right here. Now, the reason I don't like that is because we got new week opening gap right there, and that's a very strong weekly level. So yeah, I probably wouldn't take that. Probably wait for something like this. Or even you see how there's this extended hours trading gap. Something like that. I do think we're gonna end the day up here at like 14.5, taking out this level, closing across this daily gap. It could take 2 days to do it, however. So, yeah, I just keep that in mind. But if we trade out of this, this would have been a great trade. It just would have stopped me out. It just would have stopped me out before probably going to my TP. But yeah, let's see. Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes. It could close back in here and shit go long. So like, what I'm probably looking to see is an OTE the other way. So bullish OTE. I haven't seen this in the past few weeks. But that would mean that our zone is in fact here. I just do think that we're gonna dig into this opening gap at some point. Ooh, that's my stomach. Nigga, hungry. All right, let's zoom out and look at where we're at. I fucking hate that. Dog, why are my lines all fucked up? Yeah, and it's a pretty balanced drop. I think we could be coming back into this 1 minute fair value gap right here. Man, he going off today. Give my girl a hard time. Yeah, it's the waiting part, man. Trading and patience. I'm gonna have to find something to do. I'm about to start reading books. Shit, can I start 2 Twitch streams? I'll play Call of Duty on this bitch. Nah. You can probably hear all this background noise and shit. That's cool. Oh, I just turned the voice isolation on. That's probably way better, huh? Yeah, I can see I can't hear none of that background shit. Okay, we gonna have to do it like this going forward. Yeah, I just think we probably have to see price trade into this gap. It don't gotta trade through the whole gap, but it's probably gonna trade through the gap. So like if I do my OT, something like this, yeah, that's saying that like we gonna come back in here and this is your optimal trade entry, in which case I just wait for y'all to get to the bottom of the gap. Like, I don't know, because if we get a bullish order block here, I'm back and forth, but like we definitely already tapped into this inefficiency, and I expected us to dig a little further deeper into it. So the fact that we just tapped and bounced a little concerning. I still want to see price like go into this opening range gap. I don't think we're gonna keep it open. And again, we already took all these orders from Friday over here. And shit, we even took the high from what you call it, Wednesday, right here. But see, first we took London low, so I just think, I mean, price looking like it's just trying to clear out all liquidity before it actually reach up here, which I think is the intended end of day target. This past New York high last Wednesday. So this rejection block definitely doing what it got to do. Powered by this gap, I just think if we really look at it, this gap, we don't want to leave another upside wick here. Meaning that if we sell again and leave another upside wick, that's not a good scenario. We already gonna leave this downside gap, but I think that could get closed later in the week. I just think this is like lowest hanging fruit that like we got this fucking gap here. We could just close in here, which is already an inefficiency, and kill two birds with one stone. So for that, we may need to grab some more liquidity, engineer some more, meaning we got to drop, even potentially take out this same day low right here. Keep in mind it is there so far. And we could bounce. I just think, I mean, there's two, and I don't even know which one is better. That's where I probably got to do more study when I come back and watch this, is to see. My first thought is there's a lot of shit lining up that says that this would be a great place to go long. For some reason, I just don't trust it because of this gap. We already did dig into the gap. It's not like we didn't touch the gap. Let's see how the web video was popping. Yeah, so until it looked like this little 1 minute fair value gap rejecting price right now. We probably expect that to get inverted later, to tell the truth. I just think we could push price a little lower. We got a 1 minute. We got another 1 minute here. That's just assuming that, hey, we're gonna keep this gap open. In which case, I mean, to tell the truth, not like that's a pretty big gap. I cannot lie. It's a pretty fat ass gap. We could even bounce off of here. Like I just think we have to pull it up into the OT sweet spot, the first one or the second one. Um, and if we pull up into the second one, I definitely want to take it off the bottom, like potentially even here. I mean, I know we gotta, but the most extreme case is that we tap here and then go. I think that's way too extreme though. That means we would turn red on the day from being 1.3% up. Yeah, that means we would turn red on the day briefly, in which case, why not just take out PM low, then go? Um, but yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Fuck. I just looked away for a second. Looks like we tapped straight into it. But I'm not convinced. I'm just could hold, in which case, I would have to buy stop up here. I just think I'm just not super convinced by that. We can get ready though. Yeah, both of these 5 minutes is getting wrecked. If I see a strong demand right here, I get I get back long. Like, coming out of here. Meaning, if we touch this first, I'll set this up because I don't think we're gonna touch and go back to low. So we got 15 seconds, but if this shit holds and pulls, retraces all the way back up here, might even be the place to get long. I just don't see it. Yep, it could. I don't see it. I think we gotta dig into this gap a little. Like the first place. Go with your first mod, 315 right there. Might be perfect. Technically, might even be a little better to tap into the OT right there. So, what, 311? Set that up as 311. Street code solo. Before my game, I probably need to switch and do all my analysis on NQ. Um, it's just I got so much past marked up on what's this shit called, the MNQ, that on the micros, that, and I don't think it makes sense to take 20 micros because at that point you got factor in commission and all that shit. So yeah. And again, we could just tap into this low right here and get busy. Um, that would be the scenario that this bullish rejection block is actually holding. Um, I just think we got far too much liquidity out here for price to not want to tap into it, especially when you consider the highest time frame one, um, which, I mean, we in a monthly rejection block, and we in a monthly BISI, as well as a weekly. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to see price come a little low. Let's leave it there. Oh fuck! I actually marked this up wrong, didn't I? Weekly open is technically right here. Damn. Yeah, but let me be patient. One shot. I only got one shot. Let's let price tell us what the fuck you want to do first. So as we can see, all of these got inverted. This shit got inverted. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. You said that's wrong. Gotta clean up our charts as we go. We expect that to get traded all the way back up into, yeah. Trade back up here, reverse again. I just really don't want to call it bottom. Which case we see something like it tap back into this inversion and drop again. Yeah, we already got these grabs. Shit took out them grabs, all of them. Went lower. I just think, again, we just could be coming for this zone down here. I think that'll fuck up a lot of people who went long, make them think that they were wrong, potentially switch sides, and then this shit start to go long. Cause there be some shit like that. I just want to see either something happen here or happen down here. And I can feel myself getting a little impatient. So let me just shut the fuck up and watch price. Yeah. Yeah, we're still getting busy, still going a little short. Yeah, I foresee that again. We're gonna take out this AM session low. Maybe even I think we could just watch it look crazy. But this fib here is essentially this, and I could see us fill the gap, which is actually perfect OTE. And set up a long. For me, I gotta either make that long a 20 point or 40 point long. Um, stop. So yeah. Mm. Starting to consolidate. I mean, that looks like clear market maker sell model. I would think that we would reaccumulate right here and end up lower down here. 288.25. 88. So yeah. All this shit I haven't even placed the limit. Let me place it. Yeah. Technically, I probably, normally want to take that, but I'm just trying to take low, low, super low hanging fruit. Okay, so we took out this AM low. Today's AM low, we already took it out. Um, yeah, so depending on when we start to see our first bullish order block, so if we start to see that off of opening gap high, a new opening gap high, or the middle of this opening range gap, or and we open the gap low, meaning we trade into the gap and bounce. That's how I formulated where I want to go long, but still net bullish on the day. Even though we had this pretty big reversal, I'm not thinking that today is a down day. I still think we want to close this daily gap up here. And so yeah, we're just being patient with it. Um, what can I say? So yeah, now we're at a point that I would want to watch for a reaction. Okay, so we're digging in. Um, about 30 seconds left. We could reject off of this. Looking like looking like it. In which case that is my trade. Not really too convinced. I want to see on the 5 minute how much time we have. We got whole 3.5 minutes. Yeah, so unless this shit really starts bouncing out the zone, in which case I would have to take the first fair value gap I see, the first bullish fair value gap I see, to then run back on these inversion levels. Inversion levels. But so this is my first trade idea. Let's see if it actually, in fact, would be right. This is the trade I have on down here or over here. Hmm. Yeah, my chart keeps freezing. It's some shit. I don't know how much of this I missed. Fuck. Yeah, you couldn't see any of that shit, huh? That sucks. Okay, but I mean, the level's looking like it could hold, in which case I might want to get long. I would love to see it trade back to this limit, but I don't mandate that it has to. It could literally come back down here, consolidate, and go crazy and target this uh fair value gap on the 1 minute, which is a massive bearish fair value gap in between two inverted fair value. Like this is just asking to get inverted. Yeah, but strange looking like we're bouncing off this level. Um, so yeah, like potentially could be a place to get long. I just want to see how we close in the next. Yeah, it's looking like that's the bounce, huh? It's looking like it. It just really depends on how we close in the next few seconds. Dipping down, closing all imbalances. Yeah, I would take that. Why is that valid? That's a bounce off the new week opening gap high. Um, so yeah, I would take that. I'm gonna stop at 800. And yeah, we're just looking for a quick 50 points. So what I entered on 14, 425. So a little late. We're using the week opening gap as the what you call it, the stop low. And again, it could come back down, take me out, but I gotta be okay with that. And I gotta take this out. I just based off of price, the way it's moving, I don't think we're gonna come back and fill the rest of this gap. I could totally be wrong. This could just rock it out, take me out, and I gotta live with that. Let me check on my phone if this shit is still working. Okay, dope. Yeah, just marking this out. I, I could see potentially this 1 minute order block is getting respected. We already traded out of it and we're starting to bounce. I started to mark these up differently already. Something like this. Something like this. And again, could be totally wrong here. Could have way too tight of a stop here, but I would want to see that we don't trade below this. And that we in fact start to displace higher. If so, I'm wrong. And that's my trade for the day. I might want to stay on and see if my original trade would have played out. Potentially what that might have been is just this last minute order block being validated. No question mark because it got touched. And yeah, what we want to see is price trade explosively out of this towards the upside, towards this 1 minute. Feels like that. And we want to see it get inverted probably for the rest of the day. But I don't care because I'll be out. Again, could be wrong, could be right. It's trading. So I mean, so far I'm seeing this 50% level of this order block hold. I haven't seen this trade higher, which is a little concerning. Like outside of here, and like we're kind of getting rejected by this 3 minute. But yeah, I'm already in the trade. What can I do? Sit and wait and be a little patient. Check if the stream is still alive. Looks like it. Yeah, so starting to get some price action. Switch to the uncharted version. You definitely could go back in and fill this gap. Like I maintain that that is a strong possibility. Oh damn, I'm supposed to have these in ticks. Anyway, yeah, so to mark this out over here, we entered long on this candle. Definitely late. Um, in the future, I wish I would have left it exactly off of this new week opening gap zone at 329. Could have saved myself 14 points of drawdown. That's a lot. With the 20-point stop, yeah, that's that's basically the whole stop. So, um, in the future, yeah, trust that you got to leave your entry at these levels because I mean it could even come back down here and bounce again. That'll that'll fuck me up. But it is what it is because I entered this trade, so I take responsibility for it. Um, but yeah, right now it looks like potentially we're making more order blocks within this order block that are holding. Could be, might not be, you know. So see, I'm glad that I'm trading on live because sometimes I would be tempted to move my stop here just by a few points, admitting to a bad habit, and definitely shouldn't be doing that. How long I've been live? Yep, maybe got stopped out. Well, I can live with that. Um, that is what it is. If we bounce here, I like to just, watch a few minutes after, see what I could have done differently. If we bounce here, that would definitely be a little disheartening. If I had had my original position on, um, who knows? But yeah, just could be that we dig all the way into this stop and then come lunch, come PM session, we start to move higher. Don't know. Could be that I just get wicked out and we start to move higher. Still no idea. But definitely just want to sit here and watch for a few minutes before I end this and go away. Could be that I'm totally wrong, you know? So yeah, definitely totally wrong about an entry this high. But let's see if this lower entry that I originally canceled would have been right. Do my charts stay freezing up? Like, what the fuck is up with this? Like, dude. Do, 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 do. All right. Oh no, bounced off of the 50% gap, huh? Fuck. Can you do about that? I mean, I can go back and study this. I probably at one point was thinking, hey, the 50% gap would have been cool. Didn't stick with it. So, I can't even say I would have caught that. Yeah, so we would have taken whole loss there. Mm. Yeah, so just studying this definitely should have probably not have dropped down to the 1 minute. Um, Strictly entered off the five. But yeah, I mean, definitely would have got stopped out by any call on this. Um, 20-point stop is a little tight. Potentially on this, you might find your OTE. Also potentially could just drop all the way down to this 705. So don't know. Again, just trying to be transparent, stop over trading. Cause me, I probably would have took this again, been happy, but that's not good trading. Clear some of that off. Now this looks like the beginning of a market maker buy model, in which case you want to get long off of something like that right there. Mm. Yeah, so definitely just entered a little eagerly. Wasn't really wrong on direction or even the idea, just early. I mean, could we get long off this inversion fair value cap? This don't really count. This is the second one. That's to say, hey, trading back to an inversion, and we're gonna try to get long off of it. Who knows? So that in essence would be us doing this. And she would be actually about 1356. Right here, something like that. Yeah. Targeting this 50% level with this inversion gap right here. Could be totally wrong. Could be right though. Yeah, that would have been it. Can't say for sure though. Let's look on the 5. Let's watch it play out because this would have been my normal activity. Oh man. Usually these are pretty fast trades. No more than an hour usually. No more than 45 minutes, let's say. This is more an experiment now to see because I be overtrading. I used to be an overtrader. Used to be. I'm not an overtrader. Um, that if I took the second trade like I normally would have, to say, hey, I got stopped out. Let's get right back in. To see if that's valuable or worthwhile. Could have turned today into a double loser, which wouldn't have been good. Let's see though. How long I've been on this stream? I'm setting myself 2 hour goal. Oh, would have got stopped out. And that, my friends, is why I don't do that. So, might be wrong, might be right, but that's what I gotta do now. All right. I personally will check back in with this last stop to see if this, in fact, was the right decision. Uh, but yeah, as far as this stream, took 2 L's, so I'm dead. All right, y'all.